something happened. And
good morning.
Back to Mexico, and I reported to you yesterday.
As you can hear in the background, I'm listening to Cordova.
Hey man, good to see you.
Juan's
asking me if he was working.
Juan's one of those early morning boys.
Houses or something. I was like, hey man, you got your paperwork?
So anyway, let's turn Juan down. Sorry, Cordova,
like,
I got to turn you down for a minute here.
So I'm gonna try to give him a job.
You and James are going speed walking. Anyway, I'm in the... Actually, Dar and I are both in the car right now. I had to put my truck in. I got off the plane from Calgary last night. It's rough. It's rough. I'm doing a travel day and then going right back to work the next day is fucking rough. I don't know if anybody else can do that, but it just kicks my ass every time. So anyway, I got to go up to Brockville and pick up my truck. So with the truck in for the fuel line issue. Son of a bitch. Like, they took everything apart. Could not find the issue. So they blew all the lines, took everything apart, blew all the lines out, cleaned it all up, new filters, put it all back together, and they took it for a test. They drove it for about an hour. Or sorry, they let it sit for a couple of hours, let the tanks, obviously made sure the tanks were balanced and equalized. Took it for a drive, for a 45-minute drive, then let it idle for a couple of hours to sit there and run to see if they'd unbalance again, and they didn't. So that's where we're at with that, man. Like, I don't fucking know. The only other thing that the shop said it could possibly be is there's something in the driver's side tank that is either a small piece of plastic or the fucking lid off something. Now, they looked, but they couldn't see it, but the tank was full of fuel. So they want me to drive it, business as usual. But the next time I'm in the area and I've got down to about a quarter tank or less, bring it in, and they're gonna go into the tank. I guess they've got a camera and whatnot. They're gonna go into the tank, check the bottom, because they were looking on the bottom of the tank and there was no sediment. The tank was really clean, the guy was saying. So I guess that's where that stands. I don't know. They couldn't find nothing. There was no collapsed lines. Everything was hooked up. Everything was running fine. A blockage, either a blockage or there's something blocking that pickup coming out of that tank, that one tank. Because the fuel returns were working fine. Both of them, back into both tanks. So, don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. But it's working now. I'll be up the truck in about 20 minutes here. And from there, I just got to go up to the yard. I got to pick up my load, going back down to Elyria, Ohio. Over to Fremont for our reload. And back up. So I should be back up probably tomorrow night. Back up Ottawa, Ontario, whatever, tomorrow night. That's the good thing about these Ohios. They're only, I think, 580-mile runs. They're like 600-mile runs. So you can get down in a day, get offloaded that morning, reload that morning, and get back up that night with these 600-mile runs. So I like them because they're good miles, right? On a rounder, you're 1,200 miles, and I'm paid by the mile. So, 2 days, you're doing 1,200 miles every 2 days. So you end up with a 3,200 mile week if you can bang out 3 of these. So that was Dar sneezing, in case you guys didn't hear that. She tried to get it into the sleeve of her shirt, but you good? She's good. Anyway, well, we'll throw this at you. I'll get back to you when we get back up to the truck. Maybe take a quick look and talk to the guys up there. So, see you in a bit. Well then, guys and gals, so as you can see, we picked her up. My fuel tanks are balanced. They're staying balanced. Everything is good. I don't know what to tell you. They did not even charge me. So we are off to a good start with the new company. ATS that bought KBD because it went into their shop. Like I said earlier, they blew the fuel lines out. They took everything off the truck, blew all the fuel lines out. They could not find anything wrong. So this is where we're at with it. It's working, it's fine. I let the truck idle for about 30 minutes to test it myself. The needle hasn't moved. They're balanced. They're working fine. Don't know what to tell you. So now Freightliner took 4 shots at this. ATS has had a crack at it. They can't find anything wrong with the actual system itself. But what they are suggesting is let the sorry, I got distracted there for a second. I gotta watch what I'm doing here. They want me to run the tanks down. They want to pull the tank on the driver's side that keeps pressurizing, and they want to double check the pickups. They did not do that while they were when they did the first look at it here, because it was 3/4 full of fuel. So he says once you've got it down to a quarter or less, hopefully I can get it down to about an eighth. Get it down to an eighth of a tank of fuel, bring it in, they'll pull the tank off, run the pickup, check, make sure there's nothing on the bottom of the tank, make sure it's clean. This guy's almost 100% positive, because his tech went through it, the mechanic went through it, and then this guy double checked it. He went over it with him. It's like, okay, you're not finding nothing, so show me what you're doing here. So, that being said, we're gonna run this, right now I got 3/4 tanks of fuel. So we're gonna run this down, I guess as far empty as I can get it. And 3/4 tanks of fuel will get me easily down to Ohio and back. So I'm just going down to Elyria. I can go down to Elyria and back up here on 3/4 tank of fuel, no problem. It's only about 1,300 miles, 1,200, yeah, about 1,200 miles. So we'll see where that stands. What can you do, right? What can you do? Either way. So now I'm just gonna head up to the yard, the KBD yard. I just come out of the ATS yard. They're only 28 miles apart, so I'll go up there. My wagon's sitting there waiting for me. Get that hooked up and let's get on the road with that and get our asses down to Elyria. Could have had some better weather, but it ain't snowing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bitching about rain. As long as it ain't snowing, we're a happy group here. So, no snow, a little rain. Talk to you in a bit. So we just had something happen here. And it's funny because somebody on either the last live we had or the live before, somebody asked me, you know, in this business, you know, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of? What scares me? Now, in my life, I've had some pretty radical shit happen to me while I've been, you know, alive on this earth, but not a whole lot rattles me or frightens me or scares me. Like, I mean, like, I'm not afraid of any person or anything like that. No man scares me. I don't care who you are. My fear, one of my biggest fears, and I think, sorry, I'm gonna grab a lane here. The one that bothers me, or the one that pops into my head, is something's gonna happen to one of my family members, being one of my kids or my wife or my kids, and I'm not there to save them. I'm not there to save them. And here's what just happened. Dar dropped me off at the truck this morning. We were in Brockville. It was like 70, not even 70 miles from the house. And, you know, drops me at the truck, everything gets straightened out, I get trucking, she's on her way home, I grab a phoner, just make sure everything's cool. She's on the 401. 401 is the second busiest highway in North America, traffic-wise. So she's just coming into Kingston, and I'm on the phone with her, and all of a sudden I can hear this kabung, 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 coming through, like she's got me on the Bluetooth. And she's like, the steering wheel is kind of bouncing all over the place here, and she's getting a little, like, excited. Like, she blew a fucking, at 62 or 63 miles an hour, she blew a fucking steer tire off a Honda Civic. And she's safe. She's okay. She was able to keep it on the road and get it off. But for that 20 seconds while she was dealing with that, I could hear the fear in her voice. I could hear the slight panic in her voice. I could hear all of the noise going on, because when you blow a tire in a car that small, it makes a shit ton of noise. And I could hear it sounded like the car was rolling over and getting flipped, right? And she was like going for a fucking ride in the ditch, but and I could hear all of that, and my heart just stops, because I can't do anything. I can't do nothing. All I can do is try to be on the phone and try to listen or talk or whatever while she's dealing with this, but there's nothing I can do. And it sends, that scared the shit out of me. The fact that I had to listen to that going on and couldn't do jack shit about it. Literally, I'm sitting 4 inches higher in my chair because I shit myself listening to that. She was able, and of course you hear the fear in her voice, right? And the first thing when you hear your wife and she's going, oh my God, when the first words, oh my God, and it's like fuck, that's the last thing I want to hear is, oh my God. Now she did all the right things, she kept her shit together. She was a little panicky, you could hear it in her voice. We got her off the road, put your four-ways on, get, off the highway, get onto the fucking shoulder. Now she was able to do all of that in a timely manner, in a safe manner. But it still didn't alleviate, never mind the fucking fear that she was going through, because there's traffic and trucks. It's a 3-lane highway. There's traffic and trucks and everything else zooming all over the fucking place. And she not only blew the tire, but it went for a ride. It went out the bottom of went under the car and went out the back of the car. So she was on the rim. And so never mind the panic I felt, but listening to the panic in her voice. And I don't mean panic like she was screaming, yelling, or no, but you can hear the tense, she was nervous and having to listen to that. So my heart stopped, Dar's heart stopped. So we've had two heart stoppages this morning, but she's okay. Roadside came and got her. They just changed her tire, put the donut on, and she's a couple minutes from the house. So she's going to get up there okay. That's not a problem. But these are the things that, as truck drivers, OTR drivers, we're away from home. This is what we deal with. It's that you hear that panic in your wife or one of your kids, and there's nothing. Your heart just goes like this, and there's nothing you can do. All you can do is try to talk them through it, be with them, talk to them, Near the end of it, she almost had to talk me down, right? Because I started getting a little, but no, it all ended well. She's all right. So that was our scare for the morning. Hopefully we are done for the day. She'll be home, like I said, she's probably home by now. She's kicking it into the driveway, and she's good. So she won't be doing any work today. But hey, that's okay. I'd rather take the loss of money than the loss of a wife. I always find this cool. Like a few minutes ago, I had rain, and then it rained hard for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. Then I had ice pellets bouncing, and that went on for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then I come around, go up a hill, around the ping, around a bend, and I got this. So it's like, okay, looks like I'm gonna drive out of this. It's always kind of cool when that happens. So, update for Dar. Again, she's okay. Scared the shit out of herself. Scared the shit out of me, but no damage, serious damage to the car. The rim is a write-off. The tire obviously is laying on the 401. But it could have been a whole lot worse. Could have been a whole lot worse. She's okay. Car, all right, it needs a new rim. We're just gonna put, I just told her, I had her put the donut on, tow it home, or drive it home, and go put the we're gonna get Mike, our son-in-law, to put her winters on. So go put the fucking winters on it. You're gonna get snow any day now anyway, so put the winters on it, and we'll put new rims and new tires on it spring next year. So it's not even a financial fucking problem. It's just like, ah, fuck it. Oh, that sun's the one thing about driving straight, like I'm going due west right now. As soon as that sun gets below that cloud, I'm gonna take it right in the eyeballs. Eyeballs. Yeah, look at that, eh? Although it is pretty. You can see that thing up there, though. That sucker's gonna be blinding when it comes down below those clouds. Ain't a bad run. I'm happy with this. Down to Elyria. Seems every time I'm vlogging, I'm going down to Elyria. One of these days I'll get to go somewhere else and take you guys with me. Maybe I'll get down to Elyria tonight. We'll grab the camera and go walk around the town, see what kind of trouble we can get into. There's got to be something down there to look at. Last time we were there, some old codger come up and started talking to us. I think we were live, right in the middle of the live, he came up and started talking to us. Yeah, how weird is this, eh? I love this. You look off to the left side of the truck there, blue skies. So off to the left of the truck, that's south. You got blue skies and no clouds. It was a good weekend for, actually let's talk about that. It was a good weekend for YouTube. I caught Fate Trucking live a couple of times, and where did I see him? He was on somebody else's channel this morning. And then Sterling made 500 subscribers. Congratulations to you, Sterling. That's awesome. Keep going. Getting up to the first 1,000 I found wasn't easy, but it was easier. It's once you get over 1,000, a couple thousand, tracking them after getting them in after that, it's like holy shit. It slows down, but so Sterling's over that. Shannon Thomas Trucking. Shannon got her truck back together. What a shit show that poor woman's had to go through. I swear to God. How she's kept her mind straight and not blown a gasket is beyond me. All that work and all that stuff that she's had done, thank God most of it was under warranty, but the downtime was ridiculous. All of that for something minor. So, jeez. I'm just grasping at shit to say here. Shout outs to other channels. Oh, can't forget Cordova. Cordova's gonna take a Wheelburner t-shirt. I'm gonna send him a pink one. I need to know what size you're at, Juan. We're gonna send him a fucking XXX pink wheel burner t-shirt with my picture on the back of it, and he has to wear it one of his lives while he's at work. If he doesn't wear it, he's gonna have to pay for it. So that's the deal. Oh, so lovely. So we've rolled up. Now the last time I was here, I was already parked and I showed you guys. So, but this is what we got to deal with, and it's night, and you see there's no street lights around. Well, there's one street light. My apologies, one little one up there. So we got to go into there, the one door with the green flash. And the only way to get that in there is you got to put the nose of this truck right out into the middle of that intersection, right where that car is right there. And then weasel it back around this corner here and back down into there, and then get yourself all straightened out. But like I showed you last time, the people that live here, they've got this idea, thought it was a good idea to, you know, put down some rocks. So they've got their rocks and their garbage cans all out on the sidewalk right at the curb. Actually, there's no sidewalk there, sorry, that's just right out at the curb of the road where their grass is. And they do that so that if we get too close, we end up damaging our trucks. So we're gonna take a swing at this. I'm gonna go open the doors, break the seal, open the doors, and we're gonna go take a swing at putting this in there.
I've been driving down this old road for so long I don't know when. If I could go back in time, you know I'd do it all again. I grew up breathing diesel, driving steel and chrome. You know I worked damn hard to get where I'm at, and I did it on my own. Cause I'm a wheel burner, I was burning down the road. Yes, I'm a wheel burner, this life never gets old. Cause I'm a wheel burner, come on wheel burner, take my wheel burner spread.
And sir, this was my off day. What I honestly want to do is go over there and kick over all those garbage cans. I know it's not the most spiritual thing to want to do, and it's not the nicest thing to want to do, but I want to go over there and kick over all those garbage cans, move all those rocks. But you can kind of see the line. See the line? So we're inside the line. We got it straight. We're in there. Let's get it up here. And let's just take a little look. Actually, we've got to check our reload. Make sure we throw ourselves off duty. Into the sleeper. Save. She's saving. Come on, save. There we go. Sleeper berth. We are good for the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tagging along. I think tomorrow, once we're empty, we're going to back this thing up. I'm going to run it. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to back all the way down there. It's got to be at least 2 blocks down there. I'm going to get all the way down there. I'm going to get this thing up to about 45, 50 miles an hour. I'm going to jump that. You ask, Bri, why would you do that? Because it looks like a lot of fun. That's why. Anyway, good night, guys. We'll talk to you in the morning.